Hey everyone, and welcome to Traveling Boards. My name is Anthony, and this is a brief overview of Gift of Tulips. Gift of Tulips was published by Weird Giraffe Games in 2022, and in this game players are going to be tulip enthusiasts that are visiting the world-famous Tulip Festival in Amsterdam. During that time, you are going to be collecting tulips. Some of them you're going to keep for yourself in order to build some nice bouquets to hopefully get you some points, while others are going to get you points in a different way, which is by gifting them to other players. So it's an interesting twist. There will also be a tulip grand sort of festival reveal at the end of the game that is going to award even more points to players. So let's talk about what you're going to do on your turn. Well, you're going to draw a card blindly from this deck of tulip cards. You then have three options on what to do with that card. You can either keep it in front of you and build it as part of your bouquet of tulips. Secondly, you can gift it to another player and add it to their collection. And finally, you can add it to the Tulip Festival, which also has two choices. You can play it face up, or you can play it face down into a face down deck that will be part of the reveal at the end of the game. Then you draw a second card, but the caveat is you cannot do the same thing with that second card. So if you already kept it for yourself, the first card you drew, you cannot keep the second one. You can't gift it again, etc. Playing them face up to the festival is going to immediately, I should say, could potentially immediately change the value of the tulips. It all depends on the numbers that are printed on the card. So if someone plays a new tulip to the festival there, you're going to reassess the totals. Whichever one has the highest value will be in the first place spot, etc., etc. Alternatively, you can place this card face down to this secret festival deck, which at the end of the game will be shuffled up and have three cards drawn from it that will be added to a sort of final market change at the end of the game, and then award more points. The point values are going to change based on the player count, how many people you're playing with. For these purposes, I'm going to just sort of demonstrate what a 3 to 4 player game would look like in terms of scoring for simplicity's sake. The symbol here on the left is showing you how many points you would get if you chose to gift the card you draw to another player. So you'll get 3 points if the card you're gifting is of the variety that's currently here in the first place of value. So again, this is all dependent on where the tulip values lie at the time. You'll get 3 points in addition to whatever number is printed on the card itself. The second symbol there is the first place points that'll go to the person with the most of the first place type at the end of the game. The next symbol is how many points the second most would receive in that value. And the final symbol here is indicating how many points you will get for keeping this particular flower. So you'll notice on the first place card, okay, keeping that card inside in your own bouquet is actually not going to score you any points. Why would you want to do that? Well, remember, you're also trying to have the most of the type that's going to be worth the most points at the end, right? So there's this kind of delicate balance of keeping your tableau, your own personal bouquet of cards, very valuable, but also watching the cards that you're gifting to other people. And you'll see throughout the, how the market changes, that gifting is not necessarily a bad thing. It's going to score you some points as well. So it's just another layer of this sort of mixture of strategy and how to balance out what's going on in this game. One of the things I love about this game is how much it packs into a very small package. There's a lot of strategy going on here for essentially what is just a card game. The card quality is fantastic. It has nice little cool scoring meeples, and everybody has their own individual scoring card to keep track of during the game. I want to point out too that the game comes with these handy reference cards that are double-sided. I'm showing you what both sides look like here. But essentially, one side is showing you how to set up the game, and the other side is basically just showing you those things you can do on your turn. When you take your first card, you can do one of those 3 actions. When you take your next card, you have to do a different action. And that's a brief overview of how to play Gift of Tulips, a perfectly appropriate springtime game This is always in our collection, in our library all year round, but specifically we are featuring it during the springtime at some of our events, which we would love to see you at. So check out travelingboards.com. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook for all the latest upcoming events, the different pop-ups that we're working on, different collaborations, all kinds of stuff. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.